Gemini, hope you're doing well. This is, I may keep the other reading up from the 8th to the 15th. I haven't decided yet. I may pull it down. I decided to go in a different direction. We needed something more, I feel. This is going to be message, like daily oracle, a message from the spirit guides, spiritual guidance for September 18th through the 15th, because some huge changes going on right now, and personally I needed more than just talking about love and relationships, especially since I'm not in one. So I wanted to go a little bit deeper into what's really going on. There's the card. So we're going to pull an oracle, several oracles, 5 different oracle cards. We're going to read from the books because there's so much information. I want to make sure we don't miss anything. And then we're going to finish it up with the tarot, and the tarot will wrap it all up. Okay? Alright, so Bone Collector reverse. That is card number 1. Okay. And now we're going to look at the angels and ancestors. So I won't be doing, if you know me, I don't do the readings the same ever. So, I think that there's something important to be gained from this, and I hope that's going to work for you also. We have Druid. That would be to hold the space. Seer, see beyond the current situation. Alright, and then now we're going to look at the Emente cards, the Emente Oracle deck. Didn't stay out, so I'll leave it. Okay. I am humble. I praise the goddess and the god. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the Bone Collector. That would be the enchanted map, and that is reversed. So you're a whole and have everything you need within. That would be upright. So reversed, we have the past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lesson inherent in the original situation. You're faced with this now. The Bone Collector is here to challenge you to see yourself as a whole being and not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. You repeat the past if you don't reclaim the things you believe were lost. The information you seek lies in your history. Familiarity in this case isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. Instead, it is a call to retreat and choose differently. The Bone Collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Her warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. You see her? She's smiling. She's got your back. That's why she's telling you it's time to stop that stuff. If we keep doing the things we've always done, we will get what we got. So simple, huh? Okay, now we have the Druid, and that is with the angels and the ancestors. So the Druid says to hold the space. Hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you're supposed to be. The Druids were ancient wise ones of the British Isles. They had deep connection with the earth and the sun and the moon. They were the scholars they created the Ogham tree language. They were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. I didn't know that. The extended message is, that when the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. Yeah, it has strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. So hold the space. And now we have the Seer. See beyond the current situation. So it's like asking you to stay in stillness and maybe look at things from a different perspective. And then then we have the Seer, and that's seeing beyond. Isn't that interesting? Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Most indigenous peoples have a seer in the family or tribe. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. That energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change. Therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening right now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. That's a holding space again. Okay. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. How do you make different decisions? You don't do what you've always done. Don't run and make the same decision. Don't run after however you did it before, however you coped, right? Hold the space. Wait for the change because you're being shifted. You're being shifted and information is being provided to you. Tomorrow's supposed to be one of the days of a great shift and downloads. That's what some information I got from I see her. I can't remember her channel name, but I will tell you because she's awesome. I always listen to her stuff. Collective Consciousness, I think. She's amazing. Really neat lady. Anyway, her readings resonate a lot with me because they're different and they're just not about he said, she said, and they're coming back and this and that, Okay, so, which is great. But sometimes if you're not in the middle of that, you need something else. At least I do. Okay, so I am humble. Let's see. These are the Amente cards. So I have to say that these are not numbered, so I have to look them up by the titles. See, they're not numbered on the cards, so It's weird. For some reason I'm having a hard time finding I am humble. There it is, 39. Okay. The virtue of humbleness is the embodiment of the ideal of gentle confidence. Gentle confidence. This tender certainty pays homage to the notion that you are a part of the all, a living, breathing consciousness with creation and amalgamation of every element, a child of the earth, a silver of the stars. Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars. That's a Serbian proverb. It is advisable to remember the humble wisdom and modesty, because in every living, breathing consciousness is a part of this all, and in every creation, within creation, is a part of the all. A humble soul can stand proud and feel gratitude for their unique place within infinite space without having to shout the perception of worth from the rooftops. The humble human is aware that pride is a dangerous path, and it is far better to embody I am humble than to constantly admit energies that can be perceived as a need to prove something or call for recognition and or social acceptance. Through the idealization of being humble and actively embodying quiet confidence, a keen sense of compassion manifests. The transparent container which houses conceit is a boundary built on a subconscious foundation of inadequacy. In seeking acknowledgement for mental worth or purely superficial pursuits, one is displaying a lack of conscious connection, as peace is replaced by a need for approval. Peace is replaced by a need of approval. In embodying the energy of conceit, you subconsciously empower darkness by separating yourself from light, selfishly believing that you are above all others. Wow, isn't that true though? Remember the tale of the emperor's new clothes. For the antithesis of humbleness, a wealthy man had everything but needed to always be ahead of all the others. When he was served his timeless lesson and exposed to the public, the moral of the myth revealed that the soul is always transparent in its actions and behaviors, no matter what you're wearing. That's beautiful. And you know, others can see what maybe we lie to ourselves about, huh? Are you naked in your authentic truth, or you are covered in lies spun from the finest fabric? A humble heart needs nothing more than what they say they already are. That is beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I praise the goddess and the god is the other card here. That was beautiful. This is 38. It's the one before. The word Neter describes the gods and goddesses of Egyptian philosophy. I think it's Neter or Neter, but I think it's Neter. The word itself loosely translates to force of nature. Ancient Egyptians believed that, like the avatars of the Hindu belief system, these forces were the living embodiments of the infinite universal lessons hidden and found within nature. Unity with nature, the all, being in the highest level of understanding one could achieve. True balance is found through the reconciliation that there is a lesson within every reflection of life experience, a lesson within each experience. Light and dark, life and death, masculine and feminine, the left and the right hemispheres of the brain, fear and love, every perceived pair of opposites makes up two halves of the same whole. And reconciling the space between the perception of duality allows for a balanced scale and faith in the wisdom of the all. Confidence in justice and finding love and acceptance with the all are a never-ending story of consciousness witnesses cycle of death, life, resurrection, and rebirth. This is what it means to honor the ideal of the goddess and the god, not as deities to worship, but rather powers to come into relationship with. It is to honor the holographic energies of nature's forces and to appreciate what it means to embody both masculine and feminine, not as gendered modus operandi, but as a shimmering of various qualities of nature. To carry the glow of God represents an application of the left hemisphere of mind and the energies of science, logic, linear time, binary perception, physical strength, waking reality, and non-attachment. To live in the iridescence of the goddess represents the utility of the right hemisphere of mind and the energies of art, intuition, cyclical time, magic, ritual, dream energies of the dream language, the astral realm, and emotion. Finding balance in this synthesis is to live this ideal in the immersive light of truth, to find what is within through what is without, and to uncover idealization without idolization. Wow. So the goddess and the god, this card kind of speaks to me of like the divine, feminine, and masculine, the good and the bad. It's the yin and the yang, and the balance. Why do we have these two things? So we can balance ourselves. We have a balance of all those things, but we can learn from our darkness. We can learn from the things we hide from so we can be more available. It's always about balance. Always. Okay, so let's look at the tarot. So it looks like we're being asked to consider a higher perspective again. And we're not alone, we're all being asked to do this. Is it possible that if we would have raised our vibration in many of the situations, they would have resolved themselves? Wow, right? You got to be thinking that at some point. Oh boy. 2 cups. Kind of the soulmate card. Hermit. The Queen of Wands. 10 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. Right. So this is very close to the Hermit. It's also part of what the Seer is asking us to do is consider. Also the Bone Collector is saying, think about how you acted before. What needs to change to keep that from happening again? Okay. So the Queen of Wands is somebody that's passionate. She is attractive. She is inspiration. And she moves, she takes action. She's passionate, really passionate. And we have the 9 of Swords and we have the 10 of Swords. So we have the end of the cycle, the 9 and the 10. So this is the nights you can't sleep because you're worrying, or it could be healing. And 10 of Swords is when we finally get to the point where we're going to release this stuff. End of the cycle of that pain. and the thoughts and the thoughts and the thoughts. Hermit. Seeing things differently. So if this was about somebody we considered our soulmate, and the way that we saw them had something to do with the way that maybe it's about a programming that of the way people say things should be, right? Maybe it's programming, maybe it was our pride or our ego that acted rationally, irrationally. This can also represent a third party, maybe. The Queen of Wands is like the seductress, but and that could be true, but maybe that just came through to crack us enough to where we changed how we were doing things. And that's what it is. Well, we don't have to dwell on the deception. We've been deceived before, haven't we? We've gone through this stuff before. 'Cause this one was such a strong bond, but that's what it took maybe to get us to hold the space long enough to see things from a different place. Maybe that was enough to get our gifts opened, you know, opening that spiritual realm to us. There's all different reasons that things happen. And if in somebody's crazy world they agreed with their soulmate, said, you know, I know at this time I'm going to need help remembering who I am. So can we help each other to hurt each other so bad we have to see beyond what's really here? It's just a theory. But some people think that may be how it works. You can let me know what you think. And so this is kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to stay dwelling in he did, third party, blah, blah, blah. Because if it's already behind you, why stay in that place? Okay, sorry, the pizza guy got here. Had to pause it for that. Anyway, so you see, this last relationship, whatever it was, this soulmate thing, or family, it could have been a family thing too, you know, because this can mean family or friends. Some deception, betrayal. So hard, it really made us think about everything, not wanting to go through this again, not wanting to make the same decisions and get the same reactions. You see, that got us to the point where we go, okay, what do I have to do? Okay, I'm listening now. What am I not seeing? As we're holding this space and waiting and looking at how we're showing up. Are we showing up with too much pride? Are we being run by our fears? That we're not enough? Why wouldn't we be? You know? And it's also a way we're giving our power away to somebody and their judgment of us. Remember that all of our relationships are a mirror of who we are and how we're showing up and what we think of ourselves. So the idea is to resolve the gap between the opposites, right? Opposite of them, the opposite of you. The gap between. And to detach from their actions. All we can do is be accountable for our actions. And even then, that's not easy, but it must be done. So we can have different outcomes based on our choices, thoughts. So, if you were to look at this from a different perspective, what did you learn from this? And are you stronger than you were before? That's the real gift. Have a great week. It's going to be high energy, lots of lessons. My thoughts are with you. Take care.